Lesson 6.8, solve two-step inequalities. A two-step inequality is an inequality that contains two operations. To solve a two-step inequality, use reverse operations to undo each operation in reverse order of operations. So again, we are going to solve our two-step inequalities like we'd solve a two-step equation, only we have the inequality instead of the equal sign. And we have to remember, when we multiply or divide by a negative number, we have to flip our inequality sign. So if we look at example A, we need to solve 2x plus 8 is greater than 24. We're going to graph the solution on the number line provided. So we have 2x plus 8 is greater than 24. So just like when we solved with an equal sign, I'm going to bring my constant over and then my coefficient. So since I'm adding 8, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. I have 2x, my 8's cancel, is greater than 16. Now I have 2 times x is greater than 16. Since I'm multiplying by 2, I'm going to divide by 2. So x is greater than 8. To graph my solution, I cut my number line in half, and my starting point is 8. Then when I'm graphing, I ask myself, do I need an open dot or a closed dot? So is this equal to, is it not equal to? Well, I just have the greater than sign, so it's not equal to, so I have an open dot. And I have a greater than, so I need everything bigger than 8. So anything from 9 to positive infinity will satisfy this inequality. Okay, if we look at letter B, we have x divided by 2 plus 9 is greater than or equal to 5. So we need to solve each inequality and graph the solution set on the number line provided. Okay, so again, I follow reverse order of operations, or I solve a two-step inequality like a two-step equation. I'm going to bring my constant over first. My constant is 9. Since I'm adding 9, I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. So I have x divided by 2, my 9's cancel, is greater than or equal to negative 4. Okay, I'm taking x divided by 2. I'm going to do the opposite of dividing, which is multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So x is greater than or equal to negative 8. Now, I do not flip the inequality on this inequality because I brought a positive 2 over. I did take negative 4 times 2, but I didn't bring a negative over to the other side of the inequality, so our sign remains the same. So we have x is greater than or equal to negative 8. So again, I cut my number line in half, and I'm starting at negative 8. I have a greater than or equal to sign, so I know that's going to be a closed dot because it's equal to, and I want everything bigger than negative 8. Okay, if we look at letter C, we have 8 minus x divided by 3 is less than or equal to 7. Okay, so first I'm going to bring my constant over, which is 8. My 8 is positive. The opposite of positive is negative. So I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. Now we have the subtraction sign here that needs to come down. So we have negative x divided by 3 is less than or equal to negative 1. I have a negative with my x divided by 3. So when I bring my 3 over, I got to bring that negative sign with it. So since I'm dividing by 3, I'm going to multiply by negative 3. So x, now we brought a negative 3 over. We're multiplying by negative 3, so we need to switch our inequality sign. So x is greater than or equal to negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. Okay, so if I go to graph my solution, I'm going to start at 3. I have greater than or equal to, so since it's equal to, it's going to be a closed dot, and I want greater than, so it's going to be everything bigger than 3. Okay, let's look at a story problem. Let's look at number 3. A rental car company charges $45 plus 20 cents per mile to rent a car. Mr. Lawrence does not want to spend more than $100 for his rental car. Write and solve an inequality to find how many miles he can drive and not spend more than $100. Then we need to interpret this solution. So again, I need to pick out what do I know. The company charges $45. It's 20 cents per mile, and he does not want to spend more than $100. Okay? So I know that my $45 is a flat rate. I'm going to get charged $45 no matter what. And then I know it's 20 cents per mile to rent the car. I don't know how many miles I'm going to go, so I need to put my variable with that. So I have 20 cents times how many miles am I going to travel. Now, I know that my rental fee and then how many miles I'm going to travel, I need to add those together to figure out my total. Right? Then it tells us he does not want to spend more than $100. Now, he can spend $100, but nothing more. So we'd say that's less than or equal to 100. Okay, now we need to solve this inequality. I'm going to bring my constant over first. Since I'm adding by 45, or I have a positive 45, I'm going to subtract 45 from both sides. Let's cancel. So I have 20 hundredths m is less than or equal to 55. Since I'm taking 22 hundredths times n, I'm going to divide by the 20 hundredths. So m is greater than or equal to 275. So that means Mr. Lawrence can travel up to 275 miles before he exceeds his $100 limit.